What is up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about a temporary change in Fortnite that just went live today that could impact your games over the course of this weekend. As always, if you guys do find this helpful, informative, interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and comment down below what you think of this change. And the change is going to be that the Slurp Cacti, which you can find in the desert biome, will not respawn after being destroyed for this weekend. So this morning, Fortnite status posted this. They said, heads up, Slurp Cacti will temporarily not respawn after being destroyed between July 26th and July 29th. Slurp Cacti will respawn regularly again after July 29th, and July 29th is this upcoming Monday, and the 26th is today as I'm recording this, the Friday. So the reason why this was done is because FNCS Grand Finals are this weekend, and because of the Slurp Cacti and a mechanic called Storm Surge, there was a unique kind of interaction going on there, which kind of ruined the game for some players. So Storm Surge is a mechanic in Fortnite, which is like a huge deal in competitive, where if there is too many people left alive in a certain zone, Surge will activate, and if you are below the damage threshold, the game will basically just do damage to you. And this could potentially eliminate you, could potentially make you waste heals, and it encourages fighting. And the reason why this was initially added was because the servers could not handle just an incredible amount of people being alive and competitive. And in competitive lobbies, you would all like huge stacked tournaments. You would often have a lot of players making it really deep into the game. Like the lobby would be really stacked. But Storm Surge basically makes it to where fights have to happen earlier on in the match because people have to decide between either getting eliminated by Storm Surge or like taking a fight trying to get above the threshold. And the threshold is like how much damage you've done over the course of the game. If you've done a good amount of damage, which typically you would get from fighting other players, then you'll be above the threshold and you won't really have to worry about Surge. Whereas if you haven't done damage to other players and you're below the threshold, then Surge would punish you. So not only does it help kind of reduce how many people are left alive in the lobbies, it reduces kind of just like the campiness of competitive and kind of adds a disadvantage to playing overly passive. Now, if you are playing overly passive, you have Surge to worry about, and getting Surge damage and like making it to where you're above threshold is like a huge part of competitive. It is like the thing that a lot of players are concerned about is where are they going to get Surge, how much Surge do they get, because if you get Surge, you're going to have a much easier time than a team that doesn't. The reason why the Slurp Cacti matters with this is that a lot of teams would basically base up on the Slurp Cacti and then essentially trade Surge damage on each other. So it was like pseudo teaming, definitely somewhat of like collusion, where players would just kind of actively, you know, I'm going to sit on my cactus based up, you're going to sit on your cactus, and we're probably both going to take not the greatest peaks, because if we do take any damage, we can just get that HP back from the Slurp Cacti. And so we don't really have to engage with this mechanic. I'm not the most knowledgeable person about Fortnite competitive, but that is my understanding of why the Slurp Cacti was removed, because it did kind of encourage somewhat of collusion or potential collusion between players that I'm sure Fortnite doesn't want to deal with. But it also made it to where players landing in other areas of the map were at an extreme disadvantage because they couldn't just farm Surge this way. And from my understanding, the number of damage you need to get to is relative to how much damage other players in the lobby have done. So if you have teams just on a cactus repetitively trading damage, getting their damage numbers like insane, everybody else in the lobby is going to need to get a higher number than what would naturally occur to kind of keep up with that. So that is the reason why Slurp Cactus have been not really removed, but made to where they don't respawn for this weekend. It is potential collusion that I'm sure Fortnite doesn't want to deal with. Made the Surge numbers probably way too high, and was a huge disadvantage for anybody not landing in the desert biome. So I think it is overall a good change for competitive, and I'm sure it'll make watching Grand Finals this weekend a lot more interesting to watch when people have to potentially, you know, fight for their Surge or do more for their Surge than just like sit on a cactus and trade it. You know, I feel like that's not enjoyable for the players to play, and it's not enjoyable for viewers to watch either. It is unfortunate that this happened a day before Grand Finals, whereas like the players have played over the course of a season practicing and, you know, playing around something that doesn't happen anymore. But yeah, just for this weekend only, if you play public matches, I'm not sure why it's in pubs and competitive. Maybe that's just the way Fortnite could do it. I'm not sure. But Slurp Cactus will not be respawning for this weekend. I think that is pretty impactful even if you do play public matches, because I don't know about you guys, but if I'm in an area with Slurp Cactus, I'm very hesitant to use my heals. Like the triple cactus area that's kind of in between Nitrodrome and Restored Reels. Anytime I'm fighting in that area, if I take damage, I go to that cactus, and I'm like very conservative with my heals in that way. I always want to use the cactus first. And if you're someone who likes landing in the desert biome, you've probably come accustomed to, you know, using the cactus consistently or knowing where the nearest cactus is if you do need to rotate to it. Whereas now that cactus isn't going to be guaranteed anymore. If someone has already gotten it, it's not going to respawn. So you do need to kind of play accordingly and, you know, maybe use heals in a situation you wouldn't otherwise. Because like if you've taken damage and you're getting chased and you want to get to that triple cactus and heal real quick, but it's already been taken, then you may have just griefed your game going for it. So I do think it is worth knowing about. That's why I wanted to make a video about this, because not everybody follows Fortnite status on Twitter and really stays up to date with news. So like you might have been confused on why the cactus was respawning, or, you know, might have played for a day or two and not realized it. But that is the change. Slurp Cactus won't respawn for this weekend. It'll be back on Monday or after Monday. The cactus themselves are still there, but they just don't respawn anymore. Like how they would in the storm. In the storm, they wouldn't respawn once they were taken. Let me know what you guys think of this down in the comments below. I'm going to let some gameplay play out of a game that I got on stream. And if I remember correctly, my game was impacted by the non-respawning cactus. I think I was like struggling for heals at one point during this match. So I'm going to let that play out. If you enjoyed the video, found it helpful, interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Hard to use though. Like obviously it makes it less convenient to use, but like I think it's so much more satisfying when you like lead a good shot, you know? When it's hard to use and you hit a good shot, like it feels more rewarding than when it's basically hit skin and you don't have to worry about drop or travel time. That's why like the old Fortnite sniping, like at the start, one of the most satisfying snipers in any game I've ever played with was the Chapter 1 Bolt Sniper. You had to lead so much. Imagine he's in that car. The heavy was your favorite? Yeah, the heavy was insane when they added it. It was like 150 body damage and it had like minimal drop. Compared to the bolt. And like if you guys played during OG, like it was rough to get shield. And so 150 body damage, it's not like everybody was just full health all the time and like easily able to get back to full health after you damage them. Like just getting bodied by a sniper might be enough to end your game, or like basically end it. Is this guy playing heal off? Yep. GG's. But yeah, Fortnite nerfed the cactus for a few days. It will no longer respawn. That's because of FNCS, I think. But on Monday, after FNCS is over, they will make it to where the cactus respawn again. Let me know what you guys think of that down in the comments below. And if you did enjoy this, give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.